Will there be a riot if Kane goes to those Red Wings? My vote is yes. Shout out to Mick Baconator.
Bacon.
It's fitting that this is the first question of the show.
Yeah.
And if you missed it over the weekend, John Dietz reported, I don't know if he reported it, but he said, hey, don't be surprised if Patrick Kane maybe signs with the Red Wings because of his connection to Alex DeBrincat, because of their salary cap situation, yada, yada, yada.
I heard that somewhere before.
I did hear that somewhere before.
Yeah, I heard it from the same voice that once told me the Boston Bruins were frauds.
Yeah,
Same
I
source.
heard a familiar voice too. Yeah, I mean,
it's easy to connect those dots.
Yeah, those are some dots that that could be connected. Detroit's trying to go all in again. DeBrincat is, pairing DeBrincat with Kane worked really well for the Blackhawks for a while. So, that connection could be out there. Detroit is a team that has cap space. And Patrick Kane recently talked with the AP and said that, could he be ready by the start of the season after having a hip resurfacing? Yeah, he could be. But he's taking his time. He's wanting to come back, be 110% rather than 90% in October, be 110% in November, December, and see how the league pans out. See what teams look like contenders and which don't. It doesn't do him any service to, sign with the team this summer, just to have them flop. If he were to sign with, let's say, Buffalo, and they end up flopping, he's kind of stuck there. Or depending on how they, work that contract, or he could wait till late November, December. Some teams look like the real deal. Some teams, potentially the Red Wings, look like the real deal, have cap space, and he says, yeah, this looks like a place I'd like to go. And as far as rioting, I'm not going to be grabbing my pitchfork if he goes to Detroit, because it doesn't feel the same intensity of a rivalry as it did over a decade ago.
It's really not a rivalry anymore.
And it's not
frankly.
Patrick Kane in his prime.
Right.
It's not Hart Trophy winning Patrick Kane leaving the Blackhawks to go to the Red Wings. We've already moved on. And we got Connor Bedard to ease that pain too.
Right.
And I don't really care. I don't hate the Red Wings like I used to. Because
it's more of a fun, I really hope we beat them when they come to town.
Sure,
it's a fun.
Those 2 games a year we see them.
There's no venom.
No. And if he goes there, cool. All right, we tried to reunite with Artemi Panarin. That didn't work. Let's reunite with Alex DeBrincat, see if that works. It'd be a nice addition for Detroit, but doesn't solve their problems.
No.
The biggest reason they missed the playoffs last year was lack of goaltending and lack of defense, and Patrick Kane doesn't help out with either of those. He may get you a few more goals, so you lose 6-5 instead of 6-4.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be mad. I don't guys, I don't care where Patrick Kane plays anymore.
Yeah.
He's not here. I've moved on. It's time for the rest of us to move on. Will it look weird? Sure. But it's not. I don't care.
It's also not the same as Chris Chelios getting traded to Detroit in the middle of their heyday,
right,
when he still had plenty of hockey left and he wanted to be here, and all those factors. It's different. Detroit has not really been relevant for a while, despite what everybody wants you to believe, because Steve Yzerman's there. So, oh God, everybody bow down, right? I can't muster anger for really anywhere Patrick Kane ends up.
No.
Do I want him in Detroit versus Buffalo or Florida or whatever?
Colorado.
No, I would prefer not to see him on a team that I consider a rival, but
right.
I've moved on from Patrick Kane. I think a lot of people have, and not saying we're forgetting what he accomplished here. Of course not. That will never be forgotten. He's the second greatest Hawk of all time, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. But I think emotionally, I can't work up the anger of they couldn't let that happen, and then all of a sudden be mad at Kyle Davidson. Why?
Right.
All along the way, we agreed with the decision to move on. I can't now change because he's with a team I don't care for.